En la ciudad de Calgary encontré una iglesia que me llamó la atención, ya que al frente exhibía vestidos rojos. Estos son para que la ciudadanía no se olvide de las mujeres indígenas desaparecidas. Esta iglesia no discrimina a nadie, acepta al colectivo LGTBI. Hablamos con un miembro de la iglesia sobre este tema.
It's the United Church of Canada, and yes, there's part of what they believe is no discrimination against homosexuals or LGBTQ, so on, people, and so that's one of the foundation stones of the church. And there's also concern for the Indigenous people. And the Red Dress Day, which is tomorrow, we'll celebrate it, is for the missing and murdered Indigenous women.
Para el periodo 2015 a 2020, la tasa promedio de homicidios que involucran a indígenas fue de 8.64 por 100,000 indígenas, 6 veces superior a la tasa de homicidios de víctimas no indígenas, que fue de 1.39 por cada 100,000 personas. Las tasas de homicidios de indígenas fueron particularmente altas en las provincias de las praderas o prairies y territorios.
So we are a non-for-profit, so mental health and addiction counseling. And so we don't charge for services. So we help anyone who needs help. And we are 100% reliant on donations and occasionally government help. We give one-on-one counseling. We have group workshops. And we also have a podcast. And we record every Saturday afternoon. So, yeah. So we'll be recording that later, and that's free for people, so they can hear all kinds of different recovery stories for free. I think, this has always been a problem, is that if there's a lot of poverty and a lot of homelessness, unfortunately, our society will try to move them and get rid of them. Right, from people seeing them. And so unfortunately that happens. Usually between about 16 and however old. Yeah, so I work with anyone pretty much. And if anyone that we work with, if I need to make a referral for further work, deeper work, say if I'm working with someone who needs to go and look at their trauma, I will refer them to that. So what we're trying to do with our counseling is figure out where someone's needs are and then help them meet their needs. It's probably going to get a little bit higher, the numbers of young people getting diagnosed because of cannabis use. They say there's a direct relation to being young and using cannabis that can onstart schizophrenia younger. Because it's apparently with someone who might develop schizophrenia, there's some science behind it, but I don't quite understand it. So it's just a matter of if a person is able to care for themselves to some extent, then we can work with them. Yeah, I think it depends. A lot of times people can figure it out right away, and other times it takes more time. Right, so I think the average time that we work with someone will be a year to 2. Yeah, 12 to 24 months usually. But we do have clients that we have worked with for 5-6 years. So. Well, I think discrimination covers a lot, right? Like it's not just about the powers that be discriminating against the poor, right? It's against poverty. Like some people look at poverty like it is a war in itself, right? Because of the discrimination that people face when they're trying to come out of poverty or just trying to live, right? And unfortunately, in Canada anyway, a high percentage of our street people are folks who have survived residential schools and have survived other kinds of incredible trauma. And so it behooves us to be less judgmental and more helpful, right? Like all we really need to do is just try to be useful to people where they're at, wherever that is. Well, if they want to help us, that'd be great. You can look at our website. It's www.freedomspathrecoverysociety.ca. It's a long one, but the organization is Freedom's Path Recovery Society. And so if you look that up, you can help out any way you can. And we always appreciate that because that's how we survive.